Alright, so this is a video I haven't made in years, and I do have my hand cam. I don't know why. I just figured it would give like a little bit of something. Anyway, this is a video I haven't made in years, and I figured it would be good to make it in the beginning of the year. I tried to make this video a week ago, super sick. I couldn't even get through 2 minutes of the video, really. So, yeah. I tried to add all the important brands in here. This is Vanker or Vancer, by the way, and this will be a brand tier list. So I didn't want to do a mouse tier list because stuff comes out so soon. So it would be fun to grade them in the beginning of the year, then look at the end of the year. And I did make this so you can use it. It'll be in the description. But use all my codes in the description to save money on purchases and like and sub. And let's get into it. So obviously this will be a little bit of a longer video. I'll try not to make it super long. But we're going to start off with a baseline Zowie. I mean, there's not really much to say. This is all off the top of my head too, by the way. They don't have anything, and I'm going to try and use objectivists and a little bit of my own opinion, but they don't have anything great. They have some good wired mice out, obviously with the C series, and I love Zowie. They have my favorite shape of all time, but yeah, they really don't have anything new. Like, they have that EC, but other than that, they don't have anything. And I think they are what they are, and that's it. But then we get to their counterparts, or if that's the right word, Vaxi. They're innovating. Every mouse that they make is new. Every shape, basically. I mean, besides the XE wireless, but other than that, all of their shapes are new. They're innovating. They're trying to do things. They're constantly improving. And they have some great shapes. So they're going in above average. Vanker or Vancer, I'm gonna put in average. I have a lot of trust in them actually. They're the ones that made the Gredexa, and now they have like the Gemini Pro, whatever they're called or whatever. I can't remember the name of them. And they're retooling them now, and I think they're gonna be pretty good. But they have some like they know the parts to use. It's just the only downfall is the coding, but they know how to get the mice light. They have all the tools. They just kind of need to put it together, I guess you could say. And I do have a lot of trust to them, and I think that the Gemini mice or whatever I think they're gonna be pretty decent. SteelSeries and awful. I might end up putting them down here, but they haven't done anything inherently bad, so they're so new. I don't really even know how to grade them. SteelSeries, I'm going to put in awful. They think they're making good things. They're not. That's all you really got to leave it to. There's nothing I would buy from SteelSeries. Nothing. So, yeah, that's kind of that. And same exact boat for Corsair. There's nothing there. There's literally nothing. I could go through the whole catalog. I probably couldn't find a single thing. So, but actually, surprisingly, Asus is going to be our first below average. And that's because they made that one Aim Labs mouse or whatever it was, and it seemed pretty decent. And it does seem like that they want to get more advice on improving in the future. So I do have a little bit of confidence in them. Not much, but a little bit. And Rocket, I'm going to put in below average, but they're quickly dropping. They went from like average, and now they're going into below average. And they soon could go into awful as well, honestly. They have done nothing. They went from making great mice like the KPU, the Burst Pro, and all they had to do was make those into good wireless options. That's all they had to do. Nobody cared about the RGB. Nobody cared about anything like that. And then one day they just decided, we're going to go back to what we used to do, and make 100-gram, 12-button, super crazy RGB mice. So they just continued to do that and never looked back. So they're going to go in below average because there's nothing I would really buy from them, I don't think. Cooler Master is going to go in average as well, I think. I think that Cooler Master has some medium range wireless mice like the MM712 and the MM731, is that the name of it or something like that? I forget the name. And they're decent for mid-range offerings. They're not top tier. I don't think they're garbage tier. I think everything they make just kind of floats right around the middle. So, yeah. not much to say there really. Glorious, below average, and this is the different thing with Glorious. They have the resources to make good mice. They just still to this day can't figure out how to do quality control, and I don't know why. I can't figure it out because there's new brands like Lamzu or even Pulsar, for example, and they figured it out quickly. None of them really have. I mean, they had a few things they had to brush out, but obviously so did Glorious in the beginning, and I don't know how they have those issues still, but yeah. Fnatic is going to go in below average. They only have the Bolt, I think, but they do have some stuff planned, I believe, so they could go up, but for now they're going in below average. They have one medium tier mouse. That's it. They have one offering. Fantech as well, going in below average. They have the Aria, and I think that's about it for everything I would buy right now from them, but I do have trust that they will improve in the future and get better, because the Aria did seem pretty promising, but I would like to see them build off of that. Endgame gear is still going in above average for me, just because they had so many delays with the XM2 wireless, and it's kind of like a meme at this point, but you can't take away how good they are at implementing tech into their mice, how good their quality is, and if there was one brand I would still trust to put out a good mouse, it would be Endgame Gear. And I think that the XM2 Wireless E was received pretty well, and I think it's what everybody kind of expected. But now everybody's just waiting on the normal XM2 Wireless. So I'm going to still have them in above average, but I could see why you would put them in an average, because it's taken so long. But it's kind of like a weird spot because it's delays and they can't really control it. So it's a middle ground. I could see you going either way. HyperX, below average. You'll notice a theme here. There's going to be a lot of below averages, I think. HyperX has the Haste, and then they had the Haste Wireless, and the Haste Wireless the implementation was lazy. The wireless sucked. And if they could come out and redo that, they could probably go into average, make it better, maybe put out another good mouse like that, and they could make it better. But the Haste Wireless sucks, and that's why they're in below average. Let's see. Next, Extrafy. I am going to put Extrafy in above average. I was thinking about average, but I think above average is fair, just because I do think that they've made obviously better quality products in Cooler Master, and I don't want them to be in the same tier as like Vanker or however you pronounce it, because they're so new and they only have like 3 mice out. And Extrafy, I would like to just see them take that jump of great wireless tech. I would like to see them get up to, like what G-Wolves is doing with tech, I think. But, yeah. And I also think we're going to put PWnage in below average, I think, still too. They even still had the Stormbreaker come out, but I just think until I see it, I want to see PWnage make a good plastic, great 4K or something like that mouse. I'm not paying $180 for a PWnage mouse that they've proven nothing. So if you take out the Stormbreaker, they don't really have anything. So I'm going to put them in below average. I mean, yeah. I mean, at least Cooler Master has some more recent mice going on. PWnage, I don't know. I might put them in average. We'll see at the end. Next, we're going to do Pulsar. Pulsar, we're going to put in above average. Pulsar is going right with Extrafy, I think. I mean, they have obviously the 4K stuff planned. The X2 is pretty good. They're just the X Lite is very good. I don't see their quality just diminishing immediately, so there's no reason for me to not put them in above average right now, I don't think. And I think same thing with Lamzu. I kind of want to put Lamzu in average, but because the Atlantis and the Atlantis Mini are, it's hard for these brands like Vanker or Vancer and Lamzu because they're so new. But if I was to place them, I think this is just where I would place them. I think Lamzu has the idea. They still take community feedback very well. I would just like to see them get off the Compex MCUs, and I will put this into an actual like full ranking. So it's not in it right now, but I will actually put this into a ranking. Next, let's go with Logitech. I'm going to put Logitech at the top of above average just because it's Logitech. They still have the Superlight. They still have a bunch of great mice out, but I mean, they don't have anything. They don't need to do anything because people are still eating the Superlight up like crazy. So they're not innovating. They're not doing anything. So I can't put them in top. And for me, I'm not like the biggest fan of the Superlight, but I can always depend on them to make a great quality mouse. So you're limited here to like ear. So Final Mouse. I'm also going to put Final Mouse in above average because Final Mouse, I want to reserve the thing with Final Mouse is right now I think they're in above average, but I think by the end of the year they'll be up here because they know that like the tech that they have right now is still very good, but they want to compete with like a Razer, and they don't really have that right now. And just the mice aren't really like, the quality isn't great on them. You know, there's quite a few things, but they're still very good mice in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed with that. And then, oh, this is going to be hard. I think Razer is still just definite on top. I think Razer is still, they have unmatched tech. They have unmatched everything. So I'm going to put them on top. And then I'm going to put G-Wolves in second place. And then I'm going to have to bring a brand up. And I think I'm going to bring, I don't even know. I don't even know who I'm going to bring up. I don't think there really is anybody even close to Razer or G-Wolves right now under here. So I don't even know who I would put in third place. I mean, maybe I might flip it like this. I might put Logitech in third because of the Superlight. And then I'm going to put, maybe I'll put Final Mouse, Logitech, Vaxi, Endgame Gear, Pulsar. I'll do something like this. And then we'll just fill this out like, boom. Something like this maybe. Oh, God. No. Yeah, maybe something like that. I think that could be pretty set there. I think that's probably good. 1, 2, and then I think it really just kind of drops off a little bit after that. So this is gonna be a very, very personality based or there's gonna be a lot of disagreement I think about this, but this is just kind of how I feel. So maybe I would even put Vaxi up here just because they innovate, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you disagree with anything, you can let me know. But that's kind of my tier list, and you can make your own. You can send it to me on Twitter or anything like that. That's the end of this video. Peace.